Welcome to the continuation of The Source. This is episode 11 and my name is Kingsley Imufua, your host. Welcome to episode 11 of The Source, a deep dive into James Michener's monumental novel about the land of Israel, the people who built it, and the civilizations buried beneath its soil. The artifact at level 5 is a carved limestone headstone erected by Count Volkmar to honor his father, the first Crusader Count Volkmar of Gretz. Carved by Genoese guildsmen working at Saint-Jean d'Acre in 1124 CE, it reads simply, "Here lies Volkmar of Gretz, whose soul rest in peace, Amen." It was placed in the castle of Makor, the Heart, 19 years after the Count's death. It was deposited in the ruins in May 1291. The headstone of a man who came to build an eternal Christian kingdom in the Holy Land, buried in the ruins of a castle that lasted less than 200 years. The crusade that Count Volkmar of Gretz joins in 1096 is one of the most extraordinary mass movements in European history. Pope Urban II called upon the Knights of Christendom at the Council of Clermont in 1095 to liberate Jerusalem from Muslim control, and guaranteed spiritual reward, a plenary indulgence, for all who undertook the journey. The response exceeded anything the Pope could have imagined. Michener begins level 5, not with Count Volkmar riding forth in armor, but with him standing on the battlements of his castle at dawn, watching a column of 20,000 men, women, and children marching through the Rhine Valley, unarmed, unfed, their eyes transfixed, their feet shuffling forward with a strange, irresistible momentum. These are not knights, these are peasants, tradespeople, the poor of Europe, who have taken the Pope's call as a direct divine command and are heading to Jerusalem with no weapons, no money, and no plan beyond faith. Count Volkmar is a practical man. He is disturbed, he feeds the children, he cannot understand what he does not understand. But the novel's description is haunting. The sound of those feet shuffling in the dawn like the waves of a sea. The silent eyes of people who have surrendered entirely to a conviction beyond reason. When the official First Crusade departs later in 1096, Count Volkmar rides with it, properly armed, properly provisioned, leading his own knights. The journey takes 3 years. It passes through Constantinople, across Anatolia, down the coast of Syria, the golden walls of 11th century Jerusalem under siege. The fall of Jerusalem is recorded with a mixture of religious ecstasy and horrifying violence. The Muslim population was massacred. The Jewish population, who had made common cause with the Muslim defenders, was burned alive in the synagogue where they had taken refuge. The Crusaders then rode their horses through the pools of blood to pray at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, giving thanks to God for the victory. Michener does not flinch from this. The novel presents the Crusaders not as monsters but as human beings whose faith coexisted with savage violence. This is not a comfortable portrait, it is an honest one. Volkmar is granted the land around Tell Makor as his fiefdom. He builds a castle on the mound, incorporating the rock where Ur's monolith stands, buried under 60 feet of rubble, and names it Makor, the Heart, a name that combines his devotion to Christ with his love for this home. It is not just a military installation, it is the expression of a man who has decided, after years of war, that this hill in western Galilee is where he belongs. The construction of Makor reopens the ancient water tunnel built by Jabal the Hoopoe 1,000 years earlier. Gunther of Cologne discovers the tunnel. He recognizes immediately what it means. A castle that has its own water supply can withstand any siege. The Hoopoe's engineering achievement, created for a Hebrew king 1,000 years earlier, now serves a German crusader. History reuses what it finds useful. The most moving element of level 5 is not the battles, but the family, the Volkmar dynasty. 8 generations of counts, all red-headed, all carrying his name, will hold Makor for nearly 2 centuries. They will marry local women, sometimes Jewish, sometimes Arab. They will learn Arabic and Hebrew. They will trade with the Muslims they are supposedly at war with. They will become part of the land. Mycenae's point is subtle. The Crusaders were not simply invaders. They were settlers who stayed long enough to be changed by the land. The headstone of Volkmar I, carved in Genoa by craftsmen who had never seen Galilee, marks a man who came as a warrior and died as a resident. Every great wave of conquest in this land has produced the same transformation. The conquerors become inhabitants. The inhabitants become history. And history becomes the next layer of the tell. That brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you found that as rich and thought-provoking as I did. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. See you in the next episode.